Hello, welcome to the online classes on quantum computing. In this session, we will cover quantum factoring algorithm. First, we will review basic concepts in classical factoring algorithm. So what is modular arithmetic and how to compute GCD of two numbers. So given any positive integers x and n, x can be written uniquely in the form x equal to k into n plus r, where k is a non-negative integer. The result of dividing x by n and the remainder r lies in the range 0 to n minus 1. So for example, if you divide 18 by 7, we get the answer 2 with the remainder 4. Therefore, we can write 18 is equal to 2 into 7 plus 4. GCD of two integers a and b is the largest integer, which is a divisor of both a and b. We write this number as GCD of a comma b. For example, GCD of 18 and 12. For that, first compute divisors of 18. They are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. And divisors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Therefore, largest common element is in this is 6. Therefore, GCD of 18 and 12 is 6. So there is an efficient algorithm to compute GCD of two numbers, and it is given by GCD of a comma b is equal to b if a mod b is equal to 0 and is equal to GCD of b comma a mod b. Otherwise, here a should be greater than b. For example, GCD of 18 to 12 is equal to GCD of 12 18 mod 12. So that is equal to GCD of 12 6. So you will get a remainder 0. Therefore, GCD of 12 18 comma 12 is 6. So if a GCD of two numbers a and b is equal to 1, then a and b are said to be co-prime. Co-prime means they don't have a common divisor except 1. So GCD of 12 comma 16 is equal to 1. 12 and 16 are co-prime. So let us review classical factoring algorithm. Given integer n, we have to compute p and q such that n is equal to p and q. So for positive integers a and n, a is less than n, the order of a modulo n is defined to be the smallest integer r is defined to be the smallest integer r such that a to the power of r is congruent to 1 mod n. So for example, the order of 2 mod 3 is 2 because 2 square is congruent to 1 mod 3. Similarly, order of 3 mod 5 is 4 because 3 to the power of 4 that is equal to 81 that is congruent to 1 mod 5. So another way to say this is that the order of a is just the period of a function f of x is equal to a to the power of x mod n. If r is even is the order of a mod n, then the GCD of n comma a to the power of r by 2 plus 1 and GCD of n comma a to the power of r by 2 minus 1 are the factors of n. So for example, compute the order of 2 to the power of x mod 63 and use it to factor 63. So if you put various values of x, when x equal to 1, you have 2 is equal to 2, that is congruent to 2 mod 63. 2 square is equal to 4, congruent to 4 mod 63. 2 to the power of q is equal to 8. That is congruent to 8 mod 63. 2 to the power of 4, that is equal to 16. That is congruent to 16 mod 63. 2 to the power of 5, that is equal to 32, is congruent to 32 mod 63. Finally, 2 to the power of 6 is equal to 64. That is congruent to 1 mod 63. Therefore, order of 2 to the power of x mod 63 is 6. So hence GCD of 63 comma 2 to the power of 3 plus 1 and GCD of 63 comma 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 are the factors of 63. So you can easily compute GCD of 63 comma 9 is 9 and GCD of 63 comma 7 is 7 are the factors of 63. So what is period? How to compute the period for the given function? Suppose a function f of x is equal to f of x plus r, then f of x is said to have period r. So it is at that point function starts repeating its values. For example, if you consider the following function for various values of x, f of x is equal to 11 to the power of x mod 15. When x equal to 0, you will get 1. When x equal to 1, you will get 11. When x equal to 2, again it is repeating. Therefore, here a period is 2. That is f of 0 is equal to f of 0 plus 2. That is f of 0 is same as f of 2. So it will repeat at each period of 2. The function value starts repeating at every period 2. So that is called period of the function. So here we have to compute at what values of x the function start repeating its value. So that particular value is called the period of the function. So we study the Shor's quantum factoring algorithm. The algorithm is very simple. So first we will state the algorithm. Next we will consider one simple example. Here you have to choose a random integer a less than n such that GCD of a comma n is equal to 1. The quantum part of the algorithm is in the second step. Create two quantum registers of required size and entangle them. Find the period r of f of x is equal to e to the power of x mod n, period that we have defined in the previous slide. If r is even and e to the power of r by 2 is not congruent to minus 1 mod n, then compute p that is equal to GCD of e to the power of r by 2 plus 1 comma n and GCD of e to the power of r by 2 minus 1 comma n, which are the factors of n. Otherwise, go back to the step 1 and select a different e. So one thing you should note here is that not every choice of a leads to success. That is, there are integers that will not work. So in that case, you have to select the different values of a. So let us consider one example. Find the factors of the number n is equal to 15 using Shor's algorithm. Create two quantum registers as follows. Register 1, psi1, get psi1. Here we are using 3 qubits for representing the numbers 0 to 7. That is less than or equal to n by 2. That is approximately n by 2 is 7. Register 2, get psi2. We need 4 qubits for representing the numbers from 0 to 15. That is less than or equal to n. So together we need 7 qubits to represent a number. Together we will consider 7 qubits. So initialize all 7 qubits, 3 plus 4, 3 for register 1 and 4 for register 2 to state ket 0. So ket psi is equal to ket 7 qubits 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, that is initialized to 0. So we are representing this as two registers, psi 1 and psi 2, ket psi 1 and ket psi 2. Ket psi 1 is 3 qubits and ket psi 2 is 4 qubits. So randomize the first resistor, that is apply Hadamard gate to each of the 3 qubits. So after applying a Hadamard gate, you get ket psi is equal to 1 by root 2 ket 0 plus ket 1 into 1 by root 2 ket 0 plus ket 1 into 1 by root 2 ket 0 plus ket 1 into ket 0 0 0 0. So it is very simple. Next compute this tensor product. So 1 by root 2 1 by root 2 1 by root 2, you will get 1 by root 8. So then you have to take the tensor product of ket 0 ket 0 ket 0. You will get ket 0 0 0. Similarly ket 0 ket 0 ket 1. In decimal that value is 1. Ket 0 0 1. In decimal that value is 1, etc. You will get 8 terms representing the decimal integers 0 to 7. So that is what I have represented here. You will get 1 by root 8 ket 0 0 0. In decimal it is 0 plus ket 0 0 1. In decimal it is 1, etc. Ket 1 1 1. In decimal its value is 7 into ket 0 0 0 0. So if you make use of this summation, ket psi is equal to 1 by root 8 k from 0 to 7. It is a decimal value, ket k, and ket 0 0 0. Next, evaluate f of x, a to the power of x mod n. In our case, it is a is 11 to the power of x mod 15. So we have selected a number a less than 15 with the GCD of a comma 15 is equal to 1. For example, we have selected a is equal to 11. Therefore, we have f of x is equal to a to the power of x mod n. Here, 11 to the power of x. We have selected a is equal to 11 mod 15 for all values of x in the first register 0 to 7. Simultaneously, using quantum parallelism, store the result in the second register. Store the result in the second register. The values of x, f of x are, when x equal to 0, you have f of x is equal to 1. When x equal to 1, you have f of x is 11, etc. So this gives values of x for all values of x in the first register, that is 0 to 7. The result of the simultaneous evaluation of f of x, here 11 to the power of x mod 15 for all x in first register is in the second register. So here the value is 0, then f of x is equal to 1. So that is in the result will be in the second register. Second register having 4 qubit. So representing 1 using 4 qubits, that is 0 0 0 1 plus 0 ket 0 0 1, that is value is 1. When x is 1, you will get 11. 11 is represented using 4 qubits, 1 0 1 0 1 1, etc. Finally, you have ket 1 1 1, value is 7. So 11 to the power of 7, that is represented using 4 qubit, 1 0 1 1. Now combining the term that gives 4 same 4 qubit value. 4 qubit value. In this case, it is 1. So this is the 000. Decimal value is 0. That will give the 4 qubit value 1. Similarly, 010, that is 2. 8 to the power of 11 to the power of 2 mod 15. That gives 4 qubit value is 1. So combining the related terms, that gives same 4 qubit value 1. Similarly, again combining the term, that gives the same 4 qubit value 11. So in this case, we have 001 plus ket 011 plus ket 101 plus ket 111. So just combining the terms, that gives same 4 qubit values in all the cases. So here you have only two different 4 qubit values, that is 1 and 11. 1 and 11. So register 1 contains the period R of interest, but only for identical measurement results in register 2. So period is containing in this register R1 for identical measurement results in register 2. So if you measure the register 2, in this case you will get value 1 for all these values of first register. Similarly, in this case, you will get value 11 for all these values of register 2. Therefore, such period is R is equal to is the distance between the components 0 to 4, 6. Distance between this component is 2, 0 to 4, 6, or distance between the components because for this component you have different 4 qubit value, different value in the register 2. So difference between these two components will be the period, either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 1, 3, 5, 6. Difference between this component is the period of the function. So here period is 2, therefore factors of, and it is even, and a to the power of 11, that is not congruent to minus 1 mod 11. So you have factors of 11 are p is equal to GCD of a to the power of r by 2 plus 1 comma n, that is equal to GCD of 12 comma 15, that is equal to 3. Similarly, q is equal to GCD of a by r by 2 a to the power of r by 2 minus 1 n, that is equal to GCD of 10 comma 15, that is equal to 5. So we have computed the factors of the integer n, that is 3 and 5, that is equal to 50. So in this algorithm, one of the crucial step is you have to make use of two register, and you have to use the qubits to represent the register 1 and 4 qubits to represent the register 2. So you need 3 qubits for representing the register 1 and 4 qubits for representing the register 2. So that is what we have done here. Next, we have randomized the register 1 using Hadamard transform. So next, we have done this tensor product, and it is represented using summation symbol. Next, we are evaluating f of x e to the power of x mod n. Here a is we have chosen as 11. So this table gives various values of f of x for all the values of x in the first register 0 to 7. So we are computing the values of f of x for various values of x in the first register, and The result will be represented in the register 2. Register 2 having 4 qubit. Here, for example, if x equal to 0, you will get 1. So 1 is represented using 4 qubits, 0, 0, 1. So like that we are doing. Next we are taking the common term of 4 qubit. That will give the same value. So here you have two different 4 qubit values, 1 and 11. So this we are taking it as common factor. So for all these 3 qubits, we'll get same 4 qubit value, and that is 1. And for all these 4 qubits, we'll get same 4 qubit value, that is 11. So once you do that, then difference between these components will be taken as the period. In this case, it is 2. So once you get a period, you can find the factors of n using GCD of a to the power of r by 2 plus 1, comma n, that is equal to GCD of 12, comma 15, that is equal to 3, and q is equal to GCD of a to the power of r by 2 minus 1, n, that is equal to GCD of 15, comma 10, that is equal to 5. So thank you very much for your patience hearing.